Enjoy this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. GuideDogs.com and GDBinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep. I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
Mmm, so good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
Afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. What a crowd today. Thank you for joining this celebration today. We have more than 100 people here in the room in California at our Guide Dogs for the Blind campus. And we have a lot more people watching remotely. So everyone in the room, let's say hello to the people online. One more time, a little bit louder. Hello! It's so excited to be here with you all. Thank you. It's a privilege to be able to host today. Whether you're joining the celebration for the first time, anyone? Yeah, that's a lot of hands. Or or many times, anyone? Love it. Whether it's your first time, your 30th time, welcome. We are so glad to be with you and honored that you're here. My name is Marty Scherzel. I'm the Director of Development Operations and Direct Response, which is longhand for representing the fantastic team that takes care of our donors the way that they take care of you, everyone in the room, and our mission. So thank you. We are here today to celebrate a Canine Buddy partnership, 4 new guide dog teams, and we're going to have 3 special deliveries. I'm not telling you what, though, at the end. First, though, we want to thank everyone. We want to applaud the generosity of all of you who help make events like today happen. First, puppy raisers. Thank you. For 14 to 18 months, you put your heart and soul into each dog, and it shows. We look forward to hearing from some of you today. Actually, I love that part. We also want to thank, and this is not self-interest, this happens every time, all the donors. Thank you, donors, for helping us provide a lifetime of support for our alumni, our clients, at no cost to them. As you know, we don't receive government funding, so we're very thankful for your support. We have a couple of special shout-outs today. We want to thank Susan Bates for her sponsorship of the harness. Susan's sponsorship is for Dorna, Cyrus, and the dog Seison, who you get to meet in a bit. I also want to thank Leanne Tremoroli. She's sponsoring a harness for every class this entire year. So thank you, Lily. I also want to thank my mom in Kansas. She's a donor too. Hi, Mom. And we also have board members in the room. Thank you, board. And of course, nothing would happen without our many volunteers and our staff. We have a lot of staff members in the room today. Many of them you'll hear from, so thank you all. Obviously, nothing could happen without you. So we're going to kick off this show with a short video about our mission. This video is audio described, so in addition to the narrator, you'll hear a second voice describing scenes in the video. Captions are also included. These inclusive features ensure everyone can access and enjoy the video. So let's let it roll.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
The struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
Yeah, that video gets us every time. Thank you for that. We have one more sponsorship to announce, I'm happy to say. This one is from James S. Winkler of Los Angeles, California, for his guide dog sponsorship of Miss Leanne and Rivendell. So thank you. Now, I have the pleasure of introducing our instructor team. Please come up. We have Heather Foster, training supervisor. Jessica Shockley, qualified instructor. And Marlis Burkhardt, qualified instructor. And with that, I will hand the mic off to Marlis. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty. Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Marlis, and I will be presenting the new partnership of Canine Buddy Team, John Moisen and his canine buddy, Rosa. And I have a note here from John. So John says that Rosa came to us on January 10th, 2025. She is wonderful and has already enriched our lives. We love her so much already. Rosa is sweet, kind, loving, very well-mannered, playful, and a joy. Thank you to everyone at Guide Dogs for the Blind and the Canine Buddy team. We would also like to thank the volunteer puppy raisers and the foster care providers for their amazing training work. We feel blessed to have Rosa in our home. Thank you all again. Love, John and Sandy Moisen. And there is a photo up on the screens behind me. It shows a picture of John and his wife Sandy in their home with Rosa sitting between them. They are smiling at the camera and John is petting Rosa. So congratulations to John and Rosa. All right, and next I'm going to pass it off to Jessica Shockley, and she will be presenting our guide dog teams.
Woohoo! All right, as you heard earlier, we are presenting 4 new guide dog teams, partnerships as we like to call them. And I'm just going to go ahead and get us started with Leanne Bremner of Toronto, Ontario. She received her 6th guide dog. Her name is Rivendell, a female yellow Labrador retriever. She was raised by Sandra Tapara of College Station, Texas. Leanne is a seasoned professional and an active leader in the nonprofit governance. She has held a variety of positions with the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Leanne is also currently responsible for environmental, social, and governance efforts that contribute to sustainable and inclusive future. Leanne received her first guide dog back from GDB in 1995. Leanne is currently serving on GDB's board of directors. Woo woo! After previously serving on Guide Dogs Alumni Association board. She lives in, of course, Toronto, Canada with her husband, teenage daughter, and retired guide dog Eva, where she will enjoy seeking out regional wines and local vegetarian fare with her new guide dog.
Thank you, and thank you all for being here with us to celebrate. My heart is very full of gratitude. And even though Rivendell is my 6th guide, I continue to be amazed at the magic of the Guide Dog Partnership. So I want to say thank you to all involved, from the donors, to the volunteers, to the puppy raisers, to the staff and trainers. It really does take a village. So thank you. I also, thank you. Yes. I also am honored and have incredible gratitude for the generous donation from Jamie Winklert, who has sponsored us, Rivendell and I, as a team. So thank you. Yes. And Jessica was my trainer, and I want to say thank you to you for your tenacity and commitment to making me the best handler that I could be. So thank you.
Thank
you. Yeah. And Sandra, to you and your family and your puppy club, I want to say thank you for all the love and dedication that clearly you have put into this dog. So thank you. Yeah.
So, Rivendell is my 5th puppy in training. I am from a College Station, Texas club. We have 20 dogs and mostly college students. I'm the one non-student. Yes, so, but the special thing about Rivendell is she is my grandpup, so that was really special. I have her half-sister at home, training her half-sister. So it's a big family. Makes just continuing on. So Rivendell is also known as Rivy, our Miss Riv in our class. She is very special. She's very polite and gentle, And she likes to make friends everywhere. I could always tell when she was wagging her tail and made eye contact because my leash was going crazy. And I was like, who are you talking to now? So I think she will make a lot of new friends now. I think that Leanne and Rivendell have many good journeys ahead of them. I'm really excited for them. So thank you to Guide Dogs for providing this opportunity. It has been a journey. It has been a wonderful journey. Thank you.
All right, next we have Malcolm Cole of San Diego, California. He received Vinnie, a male yellow Labrador Retriever. Woo-hoo! Vinnie was raised by George, Gina, and Grace Titus of Roseville, California, as well as Joseph McHale of Sacramento, California. Today, Malcolm is graduating with his very first guide dog. As they head home, Malcolm is looking forward to walking around his neighborhood with his new partner by his side.
Yep. Thank you. I just need to make a disclaimer. If you've never seen a grown man cry, you're about to. Let's see, I got something here, I think. Let's see what I got. Oh, jeez. Hello. Okay. I would like to thank the Academy Awards for this. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. I'm sorry. Speechwriters, they just can't get it right. Yeah.
It's been like this all class, guys. This is just a glimpse into Mr. Malcolm.
Here we go. This is better. Okay. Oh, crackers, they wrote it in Braille. I can't read Braille. Oh. All right. Vinnie, you have to come over here, buddy. Okay, sit. Good boy. All right, well, I just have a little list. I'll read from it. Too big?
Yes, right.
Okay. First, I want to thank Vinnie's mom and dad for having such a beautiful puppy. And then I would like to thank the veterinary staff and the kennel staff for raising him and making sure he stayed healthy. He's a very healthy dog, very strong. Sit. There you go. Good boy. Next, I think the most important part is the puppy raisers. These people here have a tremendous job. What, are they here? Oh, okay. Okay, they have a tremendous job to do. Take this puppy, raise it, and train it to do the 7 basic skills and be people trained so they don't do anything that they shouldn't do. And I just I don't know how they do it. It just is an incredible job. Vinnie is a wonderful dog when he's out of his harness, and it's all because of these people here who have raised him to be that way. Yes, give it up. Next, the second most important part, or maybe the first, is my trainer, Marlis Burkard. She brought me from nothing to being able to negotiate around the neighborhood here with this wonderful dog. I had no idea what it would be like, and I was afraid that I might just fall flat on my face, but with her guidance, everything worked out perfectly, and I am so happy to have had her as a guide, as a trainer. I am looking forward to walking the streets with Vinnie, working my dog when I get home. It was a faux pas, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so with that, I'll give it give it to John, right?
John?
Don?
Joe.
I'm sorry. And with that, I'll give it over to Joe.
Thank you so much. Well, we had Vinnie just for a short period of time. Actually, we started out by returning another dog who was slated to go up to the Oregon campus, and we met the puppy truck over in Fairfield. And when we arrived, yes, okay, I got it. When we arrived, we said our goodbyes, took a lot of pictures, and while we were doing all that, we heard this loud noise coming from the puppy truck. And couldn't figure out what it was until we figured out, well, it's got to be a dog, right? And my heart and soul went out to whoever's going to get this dog to raise, because they were going to need a lot of help. But as it was, we turned Vinnie over to the driver, and she took Vinnie and got him settled down in the truck. And she came back out, she came up to us and said, "How would you like to take a puppy home today?" And I was surprised, because in my mind, nobody said anything about us taking a dog home then. And but I just, sure, no problem, I can do that. And I turned to my wife, of course, and said, "Right, honey, okay." And she was agreeable. She said, "But not the loud one in the truck." And that's when the driver looked at her and smiled, and she said, "Yeah, you getting him." And he was vocal all the way home, all the way for the next few days. We didn't get much sleep, but he settled in, and he became a part of our family. And he learned to play very well with our other dog, and she actually trained him to play fetch and actually play tug. And it was fun watching him hop around playing with his toys, and when he got tired, he would just sort of lay down wherever he was. His front legs would go out forward, and his rear legs would go out backward. He'd lay his head down, and he'd close his eyes, and he'd start to snore. It was cute, and we had a lot of fun with him for the short time we had, and it was never my intention to transfer him off, but life happens, and so he spent a few days moving around from member to member of our puppy club, and they all took him into their house, and they loved him, and one of them even renamed him Vinnie Van Gogh. And I thank you, the guys here in red, you're great, you're awesome.
Yeah, they are.
And then I heard that Gina and her family had stepped up and said they would finish raising Vinnie, and they did a marvelous job, and I want to thank you for that.
It's a team.
So, Malcolm, you have a great pet.
I do.
You have a great sidekick. You're going to see a lot of great things. We're happy that you are together because you're a great team.
Thank you.
Okay? Congratulations.
Thank you. Your time.
Okay, so this is a really tough team to follow, so I'm going to be considered the closer. We were really, really blessed to have Vinnie come and stay with us. We didn't know what the duration was going to be like, and I was really blessed to be able to do it through completion. But all along, we had our own puppy club, and Joe and them would pop in when they could, and he's just an amazing dog. He's an amazing, amazing dog. One of the things that I remember very fondly of Vinnie is that he just seamlessly entered our home as though he had been there all along. And it's a crazy household, lots of comings and goings, and he didn't miss a beat. And he just follows you from room to room, and he wants to touch you. And once he's touched you, he's like, "Okay, I'll get you a bone now." And then you get up and you move to another room, and he's just so incredibly loyal. And it's such an honor and a pleasure to be able to see these little tiny puppies come and to see where they go, and just to know that this is his life mission, and that I just am really excited for Malcolm and Vinnie, and just to see how they grow and this partnership as it continues. So just thank you, everybody, and thank you, Roseville Puppy Club. You guys are the best. You really are. And so is everyone else, but they have a special place in my heart. All righty, thank you.
Now?
Oh, he's been a blast to have in class, if you can't tell. All right, next up we have Dorna Cyrus of Northport, Florida. She received her new guide, Seison. Seison is a female, gorgeous, in case you're wondering, yellow Labrador Golden Retriever cross. She was raised by Lori Bourne of Carmichael, California, Crystal Goto of Sacramento, California, and Pat Masagli of Carmichael, California. Sorry if I butchered that. Today, Dorna is graduating with her 3rd guide dog. Give it up. She is excited to return home and travel the world with her husband, Wayne, and his guide dog, Bosley, by her side.
Good afternoon. And as they'd say, big up guide dogs for the blind. Come on, give yourselves a round of applause. Well, you know, they consider that blind people can't hear. And I think I didn't hear. Big it up, come on. Thank you. Well, guide dogs for the blind, and I include from the CEO to the volunteers, and there's nothing nobody missed in between. I applaud you. Yes, this is my 3rd guide, and I am very, very thankful. I'm grateful. I mean, there's no word that's sitting in my head that can express how I feel right now. I know I'm overwhelmed, I'm overjoyed. You might see me dancing or maybe even crying. But I would like to say thank you to all of you for all the good work, for all the support financially, emotionally, psychologically, mentally, that you put in for the blind population, because it is a rough life. It is a rough life, but that does not mean that our life has ended. Guide Dogs for the Blind has given us another chance in life. You know, a life partner, a fuzzy friend, a warm, warm friend, and I thank you. I thank you. I will be going to far off places with Seison, such a beautiful name. And I would like to say thank you to Ms. Gates for sponsoring Seison and myself. I am really, 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 really grateful. And again, I can say today that I may be blind. I have blindness, but blindness does not have me because of GDB. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Shazan is an absolute doll. She was my 21st puppy, and I just... And she's a real sweetheart. She would follow me around the house, but at other times she was perfectly fine being in another room and I was someplace else. But she just was a love from the beginning. We enjoyed her so much. The 3 of us raise her, and Crystal and I are retired, so we go places like the grocery store and Costco and all around. But our Lori, who her daughter just had a baby, so she's in San Diego right now playing with a baby. So she's bad that she can't be here, but it kind of was a little bit more important immediately. But anyway, the 3 of us just love her, and I say Lori works so she could take her all over places and see airplanes and construction sites, and so she had a lot of opportunity to see all kinds of places. And as I say, she's an absolute sweetheart, and we love her to pieces, and we're so happy that Dorna's going to be able to take her and fly and go many, many places in this world that she couldn't go without a beautiful guide to lead her. So thank you so much.
And last but not least, we go from Dorna to Donna Elkins of Washington. She received her new guide, Gabby, a female black Labrador Retriever who was raised by Denise O'Donnell of Reno, Nevada. Gabby is Donna's 2nd guide dog. Donna is an assistive technology specialist for the state of Washington as she works with the Department of Services for the Blind. She is looking forward to walking side by side with her new guide dog along the Centennial Trail that spans from Washington all the way to Idaho. So there's lots of steps she's going to be taking.
Thank you. Oh, I forgot this part. Okay. Hello, everybody. First of all, I want to thank my puppy raiser, Janet. What an incredible gift this dog is. I'm going to try. Oh, Denise, Jesus. Oh. Why did I call you Janet?
Okay, I'm leaving now.
It's Denise. Anyway, she is an incredible gift. Raising her and loving her and making her so amazing and then giving her to me is unfathomable. And I just want to thank you. Okay, so past that. Okay, now I have a little story I'd like to share. My classmates know I'm a storyteller, I'm a singer, I'm a little everything. So, okay, I go to a coffee bar. You poor thing. Did you notice we were hanging onto hands when we got up here? It's a thing that happened. We hang on to hands. Okay. I went to my local coffee bar to order my latte, and the barista said, "Do you have your coffee punch card?" And I said, "Yeah, I do. Let me grab it." I grabbed it. I handed it to him. And he looked at it, and he said, "Another punch on this card is going to get you a pair of panties at Victoria's Secrets, not this latte." Okay. So, it's funny, right? It's funny? Yeah. So, do you know why it's funny?
No, why is it funny, Donna?
It's funny because I am comfortable being blind. I'm okay with this. And you know why I am?
No, why?
Oh, let me tell you, Malcolm, who doesn't eat vegetables and should have scurvy. I will say that I got a guide dog. So when I was in college, well, let's start with back when I was a child. When I was in high school, I wanted to hide the fact that I was different than other people. It was really rough. I got myself in a lot of visual, unsafe situations. We moved on to college. I had a presentation to give, last day of class. It's 20% of my grade, and I know that I have notes written on a notebook paper, but I have 3 huge words per page in big black Sharpie. And my classmates are going to be able to see that's what I need to do. I'm mortified. I can't do it. I told my instructor, I'm sick. I have to leave. And he said, "Donna, you're going to lose 20% of your grade." And I'm like, fine. I couldn't do it. I could not. It was absolutely humiliating to me to have a visual disability and be different. I got my cane, finally. They gave me several cane sizes to try. The one that worked the best was the longest one, but I thought maybe the shortest one would make me less noticeable, so I took the short one. It did not keep me very safe. Walking down the street, you still run into things with a cane, right? You run into things, you walk slow, you're careful, people look at you, stare at you. I have some residual vision, so I can see you standing there staring at me. It's embarrassing, right? So I get my guide dog, and I leave school thinking, I can go anywhere and at any pace, right? This is fabulous. But I get home, and now people aren't thinking, "You poor blind girl." They're like, "Wow, you guys are amazing. You're incredible. I'm an inspiration." And I'm cruising around, and I feel awesome about myself. So if somebody walks past and goes, "Oh, she's so pretty," I say, "Thank you." So my guide retired 3 years ago. It took me a whole year to call guide dogs to get a successor, because every time I tried to call, it'd say, "Hello, you've reached Guide Dogs for the Blind." I'd cry and hang up. It took me a whole year, but after that, I finally called, and I waited, so I had to go back to my cane, and I'm thinking, oh, for gosh sakes. But when I got out there with my cane, I start cruising around, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm using a cane, I don't care. Doesn't bother me. So I'm walking down the street. It's kind of gray and foggy out. I don't know this, but there's a chain link fence in front of me, and it's surrounding some street equipment. And so I'm cruising along, and I run right into it. So before, I'd be embarrassed and shamed and look and make sure no one saw. This time, I'm looking around going, did anybody see that? I just think it's hysterical. And I turned like this to see who might have seen me, and there was a guy on his phone. He wasn't paying attention. He ran right into it. I'm like, dude, did you see that? I should have ran into it. You didn't. And we had a good laugh. We went arm in arm down the street. So my point by saying, I know, I don't know a stranger. So my point in telling you this is if I never got another guide dog, my life is changed. I'm different. I'm different than I was 10 years ago. I'm confident, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm out there. I am not a wallflower, but 10 years ago I was. And I just want to thank everyone and my new friend Denise. Thank you so much for my beautiful Gabby. She's so amazing. Oh, you got up? Oh, so sorry. I was so into me. Sit down. So thank you, Guide Dogs for the Blind, and all its supporters and all my amazing classmates. Oh, wait. I have to do one more thing. This is for you, Jessica.
Oh, me.
I promise in 1 year, the person who comes and checks on me will say, Donna prevents curling because she feeds at the seam.
Thanks, Dawn.
I swear 3 different people told me different names for you.
Hi, everybody. I have enjoyed raising Gabby. She is my 14th puppy. My 6th to graduate. I am currently on my 18th. I do a lot of starters for everybody. At my puppy group, we are large. We have 20 some odd puppies in our group in Reno. I have a funny story to tell about Gabby. We were very adventurous. We did a lot of stuff. But when guide dogs opened the country up for guide dog puppy raisers to travel past the Colorado border, to go past that, I took advantage of it. I was invited to go to a conference for my company. I'm a retired teacher assistant for the visually impaired. I taught Braille, and I also worked with children doing the O&M, so I know all about cane work and Braille and all that stuff. But I retired from that for 20 years, and I work for a company now. I'm the veteran coordinator with a hospice in Reno, and I was invited to a hospice conference to advocate for veterans on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. So I was elated to take Gabby across that border to Washington, D.C. So I jumped at the chance. Well, to get to Washington, D.C. from Reno is a hassle. We have to go from Reno backwards to San Francisco, get on another plane and go to Washington, D.C. So we had to do 4 planes. So she's very well traveled on a plane. We have to take United Airlines because no other airline recognizes puppies in training. But United Airlines was fabulous. Highly recommend them.
And now Alaska, just for information.
Yeah. Yes, Alaska will do that, but they don't go to Washington, D.C. I use Alaska when I go to Washington to visit my mom. Anyways, they were fabulous. The flight attendants on all 4 flights made sure that there was nobody sitting in the middle seat so that Gabby could stretch out. Well, now Gabby just circled, made a little ball and sat at my feet, which was wonderful. In Washington, D.C., I have 2 guides that are guides in Washington, D.C., and I made arrangements with them to have dinner. They're both black labs. So we met at my 10th guide dog puppy backyard with 3 black labs running around. Couldn't tell them apart, unless you called them by name and they came to you. But we had a blast. Gabby took the Metro, Uber, taxis, went to a baseball game, the congressional baseball game, and went on Capitol Hill. The day we went on Capitol Hill, I put her in her booties because it was warm, so she wore her booties. The day we went, it was Capitol Hill's day to wear sneakers. Who knew? So she was the hit of the hill. Everybody on Capitol Hill just fell in love with her. She met 2 senators from Arizona because I got paired up with a hospice lady who worked from Arizona. Her name was Denise, too. We decided we'd call each other the Double Ds. So we met 2 senators from Arizona and 1 senator from Nevada. Then we went to the other side of the hill and met 2 congressmen from Arizona and 1 congressman from Nevada, who I am personal friends with. But we didn't meet the senators, we met the representatives because they were all on Capitol Hill. Okay, so we get home and we get back to the airport the day I leave. I decided I wanted to get to the airport early so that I could get lunch. Okay, so I get to the airport. Now, I had no trouble going through TSA in Reno, no trouble. Get to TSA at Dallas Airport in DC. Get through TSA, no problem. I'm getting all my stuff off the conveyor belt, right? The lady from the TSA comes over to me. You don't know this. I saved it for later. Gabby, 2 days before we left for our trip, went into season. Gabby's a black dog. Guide dogs requires that when the dogs go into season, they wear black hot pants. We call them hot bands. So you can't tell that she's got her hot pants on. So the TSA agent comes over to me and says, we need to scan her diaper. I said, you realize that she's in season. I said, you take the diaper off, she's gonna bleed on the floor, and I'm not cleaning it up. She said, yes, but we need to run it through the x-ray machine. I said, fine. So I took it off, they ran it through the x-ray machine. She was such a lady, she didn't drop a drop. So we get it all taken care of, put the diaper back on, we get to the gate, right? Now, I'm early. My flight doesn't leave until 5, okay? I get to the gate, I look at the kiosk, the board behind the gate. It says there's a flight leaving. I'm going from DC to O'Hare. There's another flight at 3 o'clock. I'm like, oh, maybe they won't check my bags. They will. I said, okay, great. So I sit down, waiting for everybody to leave, and then I'll go get lunch. Everybody gets on the plane. The guy comes over and goes, would you like to get on this plane? I said, why would I want to get on this plane? He says, because it's not crowded. Your 5 o'clock is crowded. I said, well, is there an earlier flight? And he says, no, but you'll be less crowded. I said, okay, fine, I'll take this flight. So we get on the flight. They won't let me board until they rearrange the passengers on the plane. The flight attendants are standing there and they're giggling and laughing and looking at Gabby and they're all excited. Here comes the pilot. He's rearranged the people. He comes over and he stops and he looks and he's got this huge grin on his face and he disappears into the cockpit. During the flight attendant comes by, with the drink trays and all this stuff, and they're collecting all the trash. And she says, the reason why you got on this flight is because the pilot saw you through the window and wanted you on this flight because of Gabby.
Nice, I'm gonna use that.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I appreciate guide dogs. I love being a puppy raiser, and I'm going to do it till I can't. Thank you very much.
All right, as an instructor from this class, these wonderful 4 students, I'm so glad that you all got just a taste of what we got to experience for the last 2 weeks. All right, next, I'm going to hand the microphone back to Marlis Johnson as we clap one more time for this amazing group of new guide dog handlers.
Hello again, everybody. I'm going to be talking a little bit about a tool we use here called a clicker. So by show of hands, how many of you are familiar with a clicker? Yes, we got a lot of you. Great. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is a tool that we use here as instructors at Guide Dogs for the Blind to give really clear, consistent, and timely communication with our dogs to let them know that they're doing the right behavior. So what we do is we pair food with the clicker so that every time that we click, the dog then realizes that they have done something correct and they want to repeat that behavior. So we can use this for teaching things like stopping at curbs or obedience skills like sits and downs. So we'll be doing a training demonstration using a clicker. I'd like to invite our resident advisor, Marissa Garcia, and her guide dog, Jim, up on stage. And they will be demonstrating how to use the clicker to target this chair. So everyone wants, if they want to give a round of applause to Marissa and Jim. All right, welcome. Okay, so when Marissa gets started, she is going to present her hand in a fist, which Jim will then target with his nose, and she will click. And this is to get the dog in the game of targeting. So you're just doing a few hand targets over and over. He's doing excellent. He's like, oh, we're playing the targeting game. Once the dog is consistently targeting the hand, you will then place your hand on the object you want them to target, which is the chair. And Jim is doing lovely. So you'll repeat that also a couple of times. Beautiful. Once your dog is targeting your fist on the chair, you can then take a step back and put your fist on the chair. So that adds some movement into the behavior. Beautiful. He's a pro. Seems like he might have done this once or twice before. Okay. Now that it seems like Jim is understanding to target the fist on the chair, you can take a few steps back and pick up that harness handle and work Jim to the chair. Beautiful. He found the chair. She clicked once she felt that she was at the chair. And at this point, you can start introducing the word chair to the dog so they start to learn, oh, you want me to find this chair. Good job. All right, and now we're going to make it a little harder. Marissa and Jim can head out towards the lobby doors, and we're going to see if they can make it. What do you guys think? They going to make it? Awesome. That was great. And we can use this, other clients can use this when they go home as well, the clicker as a tool to teach their dogs new objects they want them to target, such as trash cans, doorways, chairs, poles that have the pedestrian buttons on them. So it's a really useful tool. But thank you, Marissa, and thank you, Jim. All right. I will be passing the microphone back to Marty for some special delivery announcements.
Thank you. Wow. First of all, thank you to everyone who helped today to help put this on. Thank you, Marissa, just now. Thank you, Marlis, Heather, Jessica, to everyone, the resident advisors who helped make this all possible. We usually say we laughed, we cried. I think today we laughed, we cried, we laughed, we laughed, we laughed. We learned. So you thought you were coming to California class graduation 1021, but it was also the debut of GDB's comedy nights. Now, I said we had three special deliveries. If you thought office supplies, you're wrong. All right, we have other kinds of special deliveries. And so first we'd like to call up from the Danville Puppy Club, Mark and Leslie Graham and Mary Alice Pinkham. Welcome, welcome. And you may be familiar with our name guessing game. It's a tradition here at GDB. You get a couple of hints. First of all, as you know, every litter has one letter chosen, and this is from an L litter from Blair and Chipper. And the first clue today is the slogan and commercials for a popular breakfast item with the tag, blank my ego. Lego! Lego is a yellow lab golden cross male presented by Chris.
I just wanted to say a few words about this because this is a special event for us. This is our 22nd puppy. Our 21st puppy's over here, and we raised our 21st. The father we're breeder custodians for as well. But the special thing for this is we're from the Danville Club, and we had a member of the club for many years, Debbie Wine, and her husband Tom, and they had to move to Texas because his job moved. Debbie's currently in hospice, and we're dedicating this puppy to her because she raised a Lego. Lego was a previous dog in our club as well as a working guide. So we wanted to have this opportunity to say that. What?
She got him as a retired.
She got him and he's back living with them right now. So thank you very much.
Thank you. May I now call up from the Sacramento Puppy Club, Crystal, Pat, and Lori. Come on up. Okay. Lori's not here, but happy to have you, Crystal and Pat. Okay, this is from the same litter. In fact, it's also from Blair and Chipper. Well, I guess that makes sense. I work in development. This is another L dog, and the first clue is a 1975 song by the band Styx. Crickets. And the second clue is the name of the mom on the Gilmore Girls, Lorelai. Come on, Lorelai. Oh. Yellow lab, golden cross female. Would you like to say anything? Would you like to say no? No. Okay. Thank you both so much. Lorelai, you're in great hands. All right. For the third delivery from the Fairfield Puppy Club, may we ask that Nora, Elaine and Riley, and Jamie and Hayden please make your way to the front. We're going to switch letters up on you. We're going to go to the letter H. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street here. And the H letter, the Damons are Swift and Nicholas. And that doesn't really help with the clue. First clue, the 23rd President of the United States. I heard it, but I'm going to go right into the second clue. He starred in Indiana Jones. Harrison, correct. Here comes Harrison. Oh. Come on, Harrison. we have a puppy burglar.
You ready for this?
Oh my gosh. Harrison is a yellow lab golden cross male, again from Swift and Nicholas. Thank you. Well done.
I have to add my 2 cents. We raised Nicholas, the dad, and we also found out there's a thing called GDB tribal pages that shows the ancestry of the dogs. And we have also raised Rafter, who was a retired breeder. And I found out that Swift is his great-granddaughter. So it was kind of a no-brainer on getting a new puppy, what litter we were going to hopefully get from. So.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Well, that's our show today. I want to thank everyone again. If you're interested in volunteering, joining our staff, or know anyone who would benefit from our services, please go to guidedogs.com. If you'd like to make a donation to support our mission, please text to donate partnerships to 50155. For those of you at home, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all you do for us. Have a good night. For those of you here, we have snacks. We didn't want to tell the people at home because that's rude. But over here, we have beverages and food. So thank you all so much.